Talk City 91.1 FM. The place to go for the latest in news, sports, and entertainment. Talk City 91.1 FM. Your first choice. First choice.
Thank you so much, Vidya. Now we're combining news, sport, and entertainment. We are speaking with a lovely young lady who had a carnival experience, and we want to get a little vibe about it. Nnyeka Prescod is on the line, and you normally have a lovely voice, and I hear it has a little more texture because you've gotten the trump. Good morning, ma'am. How you do?
Good morning, DK. Good morning. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, we're very glad that you were able to be present in the moment and able to say yes, because sometimes it's not your ability as much as your availability. That's
my availability, yes.
But how was the season for you in general, the carnival season?
In general, the season was excellent. I got in a mix of traditional and cultural events, as well as touched a few facts, and of course I enjoyed the road, rain or not, nothing stops the pump. So overall it was excellent. It was excellent. There, of course, there's always room for improvement, but 2017 was a good year.
And we want to talk about some of the things that you think can be improved, but even before that, are you someone who you look to the traditional or the more modern or the more fete-oriented aspects of carnival?
Honestly, I like to do both. As I've gotten more mature, I won't use the word older. As I've gotten more mature, I tend to look forward to the more cultural events. So I actually look forward to the calendar of events that is put forth 2 to 3 weeks before Carnival, so I can know when stick fighting is happening. When will there be the Kings and Queens prelims and finals, etc. So I'm gravitating more towards the traditional and cultural events, but I'm still, doing a set here or there.
What are some of the things in the traditional elements that you say, okay, well, you see, this one, I want to go to this one, or this is one that I'm circling on that calendar?
Well, I can tell you, Kings and Queens is a must for me. In terms of the grandeur of the show. And don't forget, you have people planning a year for this. So Kings and Queens, where you have, to me, it's a platform to just display creativity, display mechanics, engineering, Kings and Queens is a must for me. Stick fighting, unfortunately, I could not go this year because of scheduling, but stick fighting is something also that I believe every local and foreigner should go to. Not only just to look at the bois and the gael and the artistry of the craft, but it's the music, There's the real cultural rootsy grassroots element that is there, and you leave saying, yes, this person was good or this group was good, but you also leave singing, So there's the traditional, especially Kings and Queens and stick fighting, for me, they are must do.
The discerning, a little more mature individual that you say that you are. Talking to the younger self who just about the pump, what would you tell them?
Oh God, it's all about balance, yeah? It's all about balance. And to really get to know Trinidad Carnival, because yes, some people are just coming to party, you're coming to fete, you're coming to fete until you're falling down, according to Cass. But to really get an idea of the genesis of Carnival, how it started, and that's only if you have interest, right? If you really want to know, I would say definitely the traditional events and the cultural events are the way to go. And they're not, and you know what's most important? They're not boring. They have vibes. Everybody talking about the vibes they are done. The traditional events, they all have vibes. And I think that is something that, to get the younger people in it, we need to be able to advertise that and showcase that to them. It's not just about sitting on soft chairs and clapping as a contestant passes by.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, keeping the balance in mind, and you said you had your road experience, and the road experience was complete with collecting the virus of the day. But I'm wondering though, how soon in advance you say, okay, well, this is the band I'm going to play with, this is the section that I like, and what are some of the things that go into that thought process?
Well, DK, you know me from a long time. I am about my mask. I don't follow band, I follow costume. So if there's no costume that speaks to me after band launch season, I sit out Carnival. Fortunately, that has not happened as yet. Fortunately, that has not happened yet. So for the past 2 years, I've actually played with the Lost Tribe. They have the element that I am looking for right now. I played previously with Human Tribe, but the Lost Tribe for me right now is what fits the bill. The service is excellent. They actually make an effort to pass all judging points, Piccadilly included, which they did this year, which was monumental for me because I love Piccadilly. I mean, people say, oh God, behind the bridge, but this is where it all started. And I think we should, pay homage to that. We should pass them, So if the Lost Tribe comes with fire again, because they came with fire for this year, if they come with fire again, I will be with that band.
All right, what section were you in?
I was in Iron.
Ogun business. No, sorry, you were saying?
No, I was just saying that overall the presentation was excellent, especially with the Lost Tribe. The road experience for me was fantastic. Being a masquerader for so long, I know what to expect. I've heard a couple of complaints from foreigners, especially on Charlotte Street, when you're passing in front of the hospital. Oh, there's no music. And then you have to point out to them, well, there's a hospital right there. Okay. Then the next question is, so why is the route passing in front of a hospital? Me not being on NCC, I really cannot answer the question, but obviously it's something that causes some it raises this disgruntlement in masqueraders.
I think it's good that we actually at the point now where we don't have the music, so we can ask the follow-up questions. Why is there no music, or why is the route here, and when do we change that route? So I guess it's a continuation, a conversation that is continuing and needs to continue. But you spoke of some of the things that you hinted at, some things that you'd want to tweak, change, amend a little bit. I guess possibly one of those would be the route right in front of the hospital. What are some of the others?
Okay, well, I don't want to bash anybody.
We're not asking you to bash, but just keep it light, but at the same time, facts are facts.
Okay, well, I can actually go from the events that I attended straight up onto the road in general.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard the sentiment that Pan semis was too long. Mm-hmm. Right, so I'm not even going to move forward with that. I had a Bajan with me who was here for the first time at Pan Semis, and he loved it, but he didn't like leaving at midnight and only hearing two big bands. He actually suggested that a traffic light system should be used for the North Stand, so the commentators of the day would not have to stop the event to tell the rhythm sections in the North Stand, please, we're trying, Mm-hmm. So he said a simple lighting system, green and red, for the North Stand. So when it's red, they know to stop playing the rhythm sections, and green, go ahead. That would possibly be a more efficient solution to the problem that they have there, because it ends up wasting a bit of time.
Okay.
For me, I was disappointed that I could not attend stick fighting. Although I appreciate that a schedule is released 2 to 3 weeks before, the scheduling this year was a bit off in terms of you had to pick and choose, because there would be two events that you'd want to go to on the same day. So stick fighting was on Carnival Wednesday, alongside other things, So it was a bit hard to manage your time if you wanted to do like myself, a mix of traditional, cultural, and some partying.
You know, say something like you throw a QOB inside the mix there.
No. but even if I did, I would have still wanted to go to stick fighting, you know.
Okay.
I think last year it was actually held on a Tuesday, so that was very easy. There was nothing really happening. But I think Kes on the Rocks on a Tuesday.
Tell Kes what you say, but
sorry. But you know, the scheduling needs. I think it'll be interesting if they can work out some of the scheduling in conjunction with the days, like some of the fets that are happening. Because Marshall Monday is a monster, but nothing else happens on the Monday. So perhaps some more things could go on a Monday in terms of cultural events for persons like me who do not go to Marshall Monday.
Actually, somebody wrote an article about it, and they said part of the thing, apart from just the stature of Marshall in the scheme of things, is that the service providers that he gets things from, it just don't really have anybody else to...
Oh, he ties up everybody.
You understand? So I don't know if that is part of the actual business plan, but it's working. They say after Marshall, there are about 90 or so events, fetes, parties.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, so he basically ties up everything then.
Yeah, look like you work hard at it.
Yeah. I must say that the events in the Savannah were very well produced. They started on time. I got there for Kings and Queens prelims at 7:05, and it started.
Okay.
It started on time. It was comfortable. I liked how they had some original craftsmen in the venue itself. So when you were walking towards the seating area, there was some people with some unique things on sale. It was very comfortable. It was well produced, and it finished. It wasn't a 1 o'clock in the morning thing, you know. You go after work, and you sit for 3-4 hours, you enjoy yourself, and then you go home. Right? The Areopita Avenue, however, for the conventional and the individual mass. DK, you know that I've been in shows, and it was concerning to see that an hour after the show started, contestants were still arriving.
Whoa.
So I was asking, so is there no call time? Because what ended up happening is that there'd be a 10 and 15 minute delay between contestants. They couldn't find contestants to come to come on the stage and parade. Right? So it became a bit, as a spectator, it was a bit annoying, for lack of a better word. So I think it needs to be tightened. Those shows, yes, they are free, but they should be tightened a lot more in terms of having a smooth flow, like the Savannah stage. The pricing on all events were excellent, $100, $150, very affordable, very attractive. So I commend the planning committees on that. And I commend them to that they really had there was a thrust to really advertise all the events that they were having. So kudos to them on that. But in terms of tightening the production, especially on Areopita Avenue, providing seating. Canboulay, the reenactment of Canboulay is a big event. I got there at quarter to 3, and it was just, oh God, oh God, oh God. No, well, you know, as you mature, you also need sleep, DK.
I think some people reach there with their pillows, because I've been there as part of the crew to actually work, and the call time, say like, if it's supposed to start 4 and the call time is about 2, you're meeting people there, and there's not people there just straggling, and people have entrenched themselves, dug in, have the pillow real waddled up, the G's and H's.
But I mean, seating, and in the event that you can't provide enough seats, because of course we only had like 3 stands, and it's a massive thing. The placement of screens, the screen could have been better, so that you don't have to crane your neck backwards to look to see what was happening. So just a little bit of tweaking in terms of where they put some infrastructure. Yeah,
but in defense of them specifically, and this is not me cutting you, but I think that the song Bussed and the fact that Marshall Montano he actively and consciously promoted things that had stick fight in terms of like the finals and the Kambule reenactment. So he literally told people, after this, go to Kambule reenactment. And I don't think the organizers were prepared for that.
So is it that this year there was a larger than usual crowd?
Yes, no, the crowds have been getting larger, but in terms of like the way that the numbers just bumped up because Marshall say reached.
Marshall and Bussard, Marshall and Bungie Bussard. I don't know. I think sometimes it's good to be a bit proactive and try to anticipate, especially if you have a trend over a period of years that the crowd is getting steadily larger, because that means people are showing interest in the production. Actually, there's a gentleman who was right in front of me who fainted. An elderly gentleman who stood for the entire 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
At the end of the production, he fainted right into my arms, and he was sweating profusely. So it's things like that. People want to come, but they still want to have a level of comfort. I'm not saying you have to provide beds.
Yeah, and I think it's a conversation that has been happening. You know, sometimes you're not in a circle, but you're right on the edge, so you see some of the things going on. So the same thing you spoke about in terms of like the significance of actually going to the judging point at Piccadilly. Some people have looked at it from the nostalgic viewpoint and saying this is where so much of the culture and history is entrenched, and we need to honor that. There's also the fact that in terms of the logistics of just one, housing the event, and two, people who want to take footage of it to go back, whether or not it's streaming or they're going to package it. They have also been speaking about the logistics, how it is we have lights, generators, if the generators are too close, because that was an issue one time. So people weren't hearing because you're hearing this from the generator. But at the same time, someone told me that this is not where the reenactment started, so it's been shifted already. So it's just in terms of looking for a place that is conducive to having this kind of event again. But these things they don't happen in the swiftest manner in our lovely Twin Island Republic.
No, and the production was excellent, because there was a conversation afterwards where we were putting forth that perhaps they should be packaged. And it should be like a roving production, theatre production around schools or something like that. It should be something that happens year round, whether it be every 3 months or something like that. It shouldn't just be once per year. Because besides being entertaining, it was very informative. So there was even that conversation that perhaps people should look into packaging this product and taking it around the country. I would have paid, honestly, to although I was standing and I had to provide some sort of basic medical attention, I would have paid an easy $100, $200 to watch that performance, because it was quite good. It really was excellent. But in terms of just making sure that persons can see what they are coming to look at, because there are persons who it was like listening. I guess for them it was like having an audio show. They couldn't see anything, So the placement of screens, maybe the provision of better seating or something. I wish I had the answers, but I do not at this point in time.
But the nice thing though is that we always have we have seeds of the answer within us, and it's through conversations like these that we can actually say, okay, well, articulate a point and distill the answer from within us, as opposed to saying, I wonder if these people outside could come in and fix us, boy.
No, never. I'll never say go in that direction, because I always believe we have the inherent ability to fix us, as you say. One other thing.
Talk to me.
We've been having Cannes finals for eons and eons. The traffic, there must be some way in terms of, do we involve urban planners to do the traffic routing around the Savannah for this event? because it becomes horrendous, and it becomes a safety issue as well. If I have an emergency, how do I get through that short gridlock? And even where, for example, on the 2 days where you have traffic rerouted or barred in certain areas, when you're driving and you encounter a police officer, sometimes they don't even know where you can go. So they can't even provide you with an alternative. So I'm not saying don't bar the certain access routes, but perhaps it would also be a bit helpful if at the same time, if you're barring, you do some basic signage with arrows, just showing, you can turn this way. You don't have to have a singing minstrel band saying go up Juningham Avenue or something like that.
You mightn't hear the rhythm section anyhow.
But if you want to place barriers, also provide alternatives via signage. I don't think it's that it's something that great that they're asking for. And don't forget you have foreigners driving here. So I had a policeman when I was trying to meet my band. He told me, go up, you see there by that street there, go up so and then turn left. Now, thankfully, I know what he's talking about. But if I was John Doe from Milwaukee, go up so and turn left means absolutely nothing to me. Okay. So I think it's important for number one, if police officers are asked a question, they can respond adequately and helpfully. And number two, even just provide some signage for drivers on the road. All
right, but we want to thank you very much for giving a measured objective. And it seems as though, yes, you've been thinking about some of these for a while.
Oh, yes. It's every year.
So we say thanks again once more. And hopefully the Trump lasts a very short while in your system.
I hope so. But PK, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share with you and your team on Talk City 91.1 FM. I'm going to get ready for work now.
Proud of you. Yeah, man. And I think we dedicate the next song by Kessa and Colonel Roberts to you and your experience. All right, then. Have a blessed one.
All right. Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am.